I don't mind telling you I was thrilled when our garden club selected me, of all people, to find out all about the chrysanthemums at Longwood Gardens. Heaven knows I love chrysanthemums, but probably like you, I always thought of them as a pretty common garden flower, so I really didn't know what to expect. What an eye-opener I had in store. I was very excited about the project and couldn't wait to see what went on behind the scenes. Well, I'll tell you, it was something. The organization, planning, the facilities, like nothing I had ever seen. One of the men told me.
We grow about 10,000 plants here each year, from single mums to exotic Japanese spider types, up to, about 100 varieties. We like to give our visitors a full chrysanthemum season, starting outside in early September and ending with our big conservatory show from about mid-October right into December.
And what a show it is. I can't wait for you to see it. The love affair with the chrysanthemum is a year-round adventure at Longwood. As soon as one display is over, the planning for the next year begins. Meanwhile, another in a series of floral displays takes over the conservatories. As early as the middle of January, cuttings are taken from specimen plants and set into trays. This operation goes on right through spring and is carefully timed for different varieties so that they will all peak together in the fall. Just the right amount of hormone is used to encourage root growth. Chrysanthemums will grow in any good soil, but for really superior bloom, extra rich soil and liquid fertilizer are used.
We like to buy good commercial stock from growers we know, because we're assured of good, clean stock, which is virus-free. But because we grow so many varieties, some of which are not commercially available, we do keep stock plants of some of the more exotic varieties and perpetuate them ourselves.
Once the cuttings are well rooted, they are transplanted into pots with a good light soil mixture. They get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's interesting to watch the day-to-day progress of these plants. I understand they were growing improved varieties of chrysanthemums in China as long as 2,500 years ago. Can you imagine that? Each variety has a different timetable, and each plant a specific place in the display. Basic training starts right away. When I say that at Longwood, growing chrysanthemums is a fine art, I really mean it. Some plants are sprayed with a growth regulator to produce small, compact plants. Others are specially fertilized to encourage height. Still others receive special light treatment to control growth. In this case, a curtain shuts out side light, making the plants grow straight and tall by reaching for the artificial overhead light. Because chrysanthemums require short days to bloom, controlled lighting is an important factor.
Well, you might say we give nature a helping hand to bring out the very best in these beautiful flowers and to bring them to perfection at just the right time.
And just wait till you see the right time. As the days get warmer and the nights are free of frost, part of the operation moves into the field. This is where man and Mother Nature work hand in hand to prepare for the big show. I know if I were a chrysanthemum, this is where I would like to be and grow. The loving care and attention lavished on these plants is unbelievable.
The cascade chrysanthemums are now grown along wire trellises, and spreading growth is encouraged by periodic pinching, cutting of unwanted growth, and tying down the ends. Basically, the same principle applies to the basket method of training, except in this case, only one leader is trained down from each plant. And the center plants are pinched in sort of dome-like fashion to round out the top of the basket.
This pillar will be a mass of blooms in just a few short weeks. And growing plants along, around, and over various shapes is kind of a specialty here at Longwood.
Well, we feel that our sculptured specimens are a very important part of our displays. We vary the designs from time to time and always try to have something slightly different for the visitors.
The season wears on and the progress is simply amazing. Pinching and spraying for insect and disease control continue into early fall. Excess buds are removed to encourage larger blooms. Patience, care, and skill are about to pay off. The moment is at hand. Man and nature are in perfect harmony. This is the beginning of another chrysanthemum season at Longwood Gardens. It's a preview of the big conservatory show to come.
Well along about October 1st, just before we can expect our first frost, our operation once again moves inside, and final preparations are made to assemble the display. The pinching was discontinued about a month ago to allow the flower buds to form. The cascades are now a thick mass of shoots and should be in full bloom around November 1st. Chrysanthemums are a very hardy and rewarding flower in terms of longevity. We'll be able to keep the display in bloom for, at least 5 weeks. You know, we've had a very good growing season, and it should be a beautiful show.
Now let me introduce you to some of the individual stars of the show. Exhibition, Spider, Semi-Double, Spoon, Anemone. I'll bet you didn't even realize that some of these are actually chrysanthemums. The curtain has gone up on this display when you see the true beauty of the cascade chrysanthemums, a work of horticultural art. They tell me a single plant can get to be 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, and carry about 1,000 blooms. But who's counting? A perfect backdrop for the display. Look at the baskets. It's hard to believe when we think of their modest spider-like beginnings. It's one of the high points of the horticultural year. The chrysanthemums at Longwood Gardens. How can you capture this in words? What'll I tell the girls at the club? Although we know that chrysanthemums were grown in China 1,000 years before Christ, the route to the west was a long one. The chrysanthemum found favor in the Japanese imperial palace in the 8th century and soon became popular with the nobility and finally the people, who regarded it as the queen of flowers. It seems strange that it took 1,000 years for the chrysanthemum to establish itself in Europe, and it wasn't until the early 1800s that this beautiful flower arrived in the United States. Today, our thoughts of chrysanthemums are wrapped up in images of falling leaves, fireplaces, and football. And it wouldn't really be fall without the last splash of bloom before the frost. As far as the garden club is concerned, well, I know. I'll just tell them to come to Longwood Gardens and bring their friends, too.